Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS to rule as well. Peace and salutation to the elect. My name is Aina. The title of this video is The MOTB Will Soon Come. And I got some articles here and some precepts. We'll jump right into it. So, let me grab, and I mean, the MOTB, which we'll get into, is the mark of the beast, right? The RFID chip that's Esau Edom is gonna push out to the world, and he is doing that, in a big way, but in a small way, because Esau Edom is all over the world, Europeans, and Babylon is heading that. You have people like for example, Bill Gates, and he goes out, as a puppet and does what he does. And different individuals go out, basically this infrastructure of this beast system, which would be the MOTB, which would be the new digital age regarding digital IDs and things like that, is being pushed and is being standardized, as in America is paving the way of what it should be. And you have places like Switzerland and wherever else, where it's completely digital, or where the money is digital, because obviously the American dollar is failing. They're in so much debt and all of that. And you have things like bricks being brought up, and everyone is going digital. Just search it up on Google, right? It's all going digital. That's where the world is heading, and that's because of the mark of the beast, which is digital thing, and it all goes into control. The Esau Edom, the people that run the world, the banking elites, these JOOs, the false people in our land, right? They want total control of the world because they love what's in the scriptures, and they love what the Israelites will have, which is basically total control, but in righteousness, not in wickedness, right? Scriptures say, and I'll grab it real quick. When the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. So no one's happy about what Esau Edom, the so-called white man, is doing, right? And it's evident in the nations round about us. This is Proverbs 29:2. Excuse me. It says, straight to the point, Proverbs 29:2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And people are mourning, right? Let me grab this. Ecclesiasticus chapter 10. We'll grab it because even these, these individuals that, follow after Esau and the things that he pushed out in his do as thou wilt type of, system, is backfiring on them, and they're upset because this devil has allowed them to do things that people should not do, and it's affecting their bodies, right? And this is not medical information. Esau has a problem with that when you speak the truth, when you talk about the things that he's doing that's affecting the world. He doesn't want it to come back to him. He thinks he's invisible and no one sees what he's doing. But that shameful spewing is on his glory. Anyway, this is Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 1. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. Esau the wicked, the so-called white man currently ruling is not a wise judge. He's not a prudent man, right? The Most High Yahweh Bashmiel Shai has thrown traps and snares and all type of devices into his plans, right? And his plans was never going to succeed anyway. And I'm kind of ranting, Anyway, it says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. An unwise king destroyeth his people. Esau Edom has allowed different individuals to do all type of things to their body. They consume different things. You can get into things with children. You can get into even animals. All of it, everything, every aspect of life, Esau, even the so-called white man, has destroyed and polluted it and made it worse and bad, right? And that the whole world is mourning right now, right, and seeking for a new power to be in control. And that new power will be Yahweh Bashmiel Shai, right? And the saints, the Israelites, the so-called black man, right? It says, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, a city shall be inhabited. right? So ultimately, in the end of it, Yahushua is coming back to establish his throne, his kingdom, going back to Daniel 7, right? And the saints will rule up under Yahushua, of course, the saints being the Israelites, being the so-called black men. So my point was, an unwise king destroyed his people, and currently everyone in the world is mourning. You know, people can't pay bills. People are working more than one job. You know, people have no time to themselves. You know, you can't enjoy family life. You can't enjoy children. Let me grab some water real quick. You can't enjoy anything because of the so-called white man, right? Because he's the wicked of the world. Job 9:24 says that, right? These things are written in the scriptures, so we will know. You know, you grew up in life, you come of age, and you start, doing actual life stuff, paying bills and all of that. And you're like, damn, why is it so fucked up out here? And I mean, even Edomites are saying this, so it's not saying, oh, we're under the curses. Of course, the Israelites are under the curses, but Esau, he's just the fucking devil, and the whole world is fucked up. Right? The nations are upset. Their money system is fucked up because Esau has fucked up the money system, right? Of everybody. They have to make new currencies, brick currencies, and things like that. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? This is exactly what Esau Edom has done. If you go into the history, if you know history, if you know it a little bit. Esau coming into power after the Renaissance period, right? The rebirth, going out, defacing the images, painting his likeness, whitewashing images and things like that. That's all in the Prophica. But Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. The people are mourning. Are you mourning? Everyone's mourning. I want to hear Habakkuk 2:3. It says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And right now we currently have World War III brewing. It is not nuclear yet. We're waiting for it to get nuclear because that would be the end of this kingdom, right? In the beginning, the scripture says in, Second Esdras chapter 9, around verse 5, 6, I believe it's 6 and 9, actually. It says, for Esau, this is Second Esdras chapter 6 and verse 9, it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. So after Esau's rulership, Jacob will rule. Jacob are the Israelites, right? The Hebrew Israelites, the so-called black man, will be ruling under Yahushua when he comes, right? And the chariots, his chariots are here, right? Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushua's chariots are here currently in the world, and the government knows exactly what these are, right? Because they understand that they can't get to it, they can't attack it. They know that these are the chariots, but they don't want to tell the general public, who's confused out of their mind, losing it. And this, hold on, I had a scripture. People's heart fell on them because people are already losing their shit. This is Luke 21:26. We'll just grab it real quick. Yeah, people saying these things are coming out of the ocean. What if they're leaving? And they don't know. Luke 21:25. And there shall be signs in the sun, and the moon, and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring. So all these is happening. All this stuff is happening. You look around, you ask your neighbor, it says the state of one who is in perplexity. This is just a bad time, right? Just bad. Let's grab this on Google, since they explain the definition with the word. Confusion, puzzlement, bafflement, incomprehension, right? Unacceptable. You don't understand what's happening. So it says, Luke 21:25, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars, and upon the earth distress of nations, which is currently happening. Right? Check the news out, and I just ask Google, is the nations at war? It says with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, and their people are very perplexed with what's happening in the skies. People are shooting at them for fear, right? People are sending up their own drones to see what it is. People are asking the government questions about it. You have popular, podcasts, talk host shows, whatever you want to call them. They're asking a question about it. They're trying to huddle everyone together and figure out what's going on. Luke 21:26. Men's heart failing them for fear and for looking after those things which are coming on the earth, for the powers of heaven shall be shaken. This is just the beginning. We got the chariots of the Lord flying around, doing zigzags in the sky, dancing around, while the men of the Lord out here talking, speaking boldly, proclaiming their names, Yahweh Bashmi Awashai, and people are losing their shit already. And this is the beginning. That's in Matthew, let me see. It says, and continuing on, and then shall they see the Son of Man coming in a cloud with power and great glory. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. Right? So we, the hopeful elect, those of us actually call ourselves the hopeful elect, as proclaiming the names, we're excited about these chariots, right? And we're looking up. So let me grab Matthew real quick. The beginning of sorrows. The beginning. Matthew 24. I'll get to the point. Basically, just the same thing precept to what I just read. Matthew 24:7, or 24:8. It says, all these are the beginnings of sorrows. Right? So basically, this is just the beginning. It's a lot to happen. It's a lot that's going to happen, but it's not a lot. We have Jacob's trouble, we have the MOTB, and all of that. And, so Habakkuk 2:3, it says, so going back to the topic, it says, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry, thus saith the Lord, right? These things will come to pass. The Most High's word will not go out void. Esau Edom will issue this MOTB to the world, and then Yahweh shall come and destroy him. So we have in the news, let me just grab over here, little news on it. Iran deploys biometric system to control Afghan migrant influx. So this can boil into a lot, because you have migrant influxes all over the world. You have problems with here in America, USA, right? Babylon the Great, as it is mentioned in the scriptures, to be destroyed. You have the Biden administration allowed migrants, if you want to call them migrants, to enter into Babylon. It's in the millions, they told us. It's a lot of individuals, and one way they can control them is by issuing devices to track them, digital IDs. I believe Bill Gates talks about digital IDs often. That's why I said he went out, and kind of, did what he did. Then you have Iran here is now talking about migrant issues and digital IDs. And you have also Israel saying that they can offer these digital IDs to the Gazans, the Palestinians, right, in the Gaza Strip, and probably all over the land, because they have new land now over there in Syria. So it says Iran deploys biometric system to control Afghan migrant influx. So I'll read some of these and get the precepts. Of course, Revelations 13 I'll grab, and I'll grab Revelations 16, maybe. It says the Iranian government says the burden of Afghan refugees it is hosting is becoming too heavy, so it is resorting to biometrics to halt a further influx of illegal immigrants who are also said to pose a threat to national security. So basically, you can see the world is all moving towards this digital beast system. You have Iran, who's opposed right now to Israel. They're currently in proxy war between themselves, and even at sometimes striking each other and then pausing. They're also moving towards digital biometric IDs, which the beast system Esau even will push. It says authorities say Iran currently is host to about 6 million forcibly displaced persons from neighboring Afghanistan, and its annual spending on these immigrants has hit a whopping 10 billion a year, putting a huge strain on its resources. It says in an outing head of the for aliens and foreign immigrant affairs and advisor to Interior Minister, this guy's name, let's just call him Nada, said the use of biometrics will identify such immigrants and make it possible and impossible for them to get back into the country. Right, so you can this is something that Trump could do. Trump's executive order is to get rid of all immigrants, once he get in first day one, right? Which seems to be impossible. They had this guy Tom Holland saying they're gonna go to Holman or whatever his name is, Tom Holman. He's gonna go door to door trying to figure it out. Ultimately, they will probably lean towards the digital IDs, to track people. Well, how do I know you're not an alien, or you are alien, or you are immigrant, or you're not an immigrant? We need digital IDs, right? And Lord willing, they hurry up and go ahead and do that. It says, according to the official, a fingerprint, face, and iris biometric system has been deployed along the borders with Afghanistan to catch all illegal immigrants trying to re-enter the country. In 2020, the country deployed a smart biometric surveillance system to check illegal immigrants along its southern border. So you can see Iran, there you go, is, this is posted December 17, 2024, 5:18. Today is December 17th, 2024. It says it's 5:54. So this is new news. Let me grab some of these too real quick. Just click here. Most viewed this week, biometric bank developing shifts in KYC around the world. New year will see mobile driver's license come of age. Biometric passports and Google Wallet take domestic flight in US. So I mean, it's taking off, right? It's booming. Business is booming. Since Nigeria tenders 83 million digital identity system upgrade and MOTB integration. This MOTB bullshit is Esau. This is Babylon the Great pushing their standard of how these digital identity systems should operate. It says states encourage acceptance of mobile ID for age, and all these nations will follow after their daddy, right? It just as they been doing, right? Following after, of course, the people that run the world. That's Esau Edom. These JOO money changers own the world and have them by the kahunas because of the money, right? So moving on. I'm gonna read some of that. Let me see. It says passkey adoption by Australian government banks drives wider passwordless authentication. So all this stuff is going digital ID, storing all your information in a neat little tight space, and that'll be the RFID chip soon to come. It says Israel considers U.S. firm for biometric screening of Palestinians in Gaza. And, I've seen this first with Elder Apostle Har, and I wanted to, GMS, of course, Great Millstone, and I wanted to go into it in one of my videos, but I decided not to. But here it is now. Israel considers U.S. firm for biometric screening of Palestinians in Gaza. Israeli War Cabinet discusses proposal for security firm, describing itself as a Uber for war zones to securitize aid. Who said this? Okay, because they're destroying aid, right, and not allowing aid to be issued. So I'll read that again. It says Israeli War Cabinet discusses proposal for security firm, describing itself as Uber for war zones to securitize aid. So lies and more lies. It says it's all about control, right? They want control of the people and they want to control the money. They want to be wealthy and rich and have the lower class individuals suffering pretty much. It says Israel is considering a plan to deploy a private U.S. logistics and security companies to create a gated community in Gaza where Palestinians will be subject to biometric scanning to receive aid, according to media reports. This goes good with this, as in they built this. Oh, I had it up here. Should have been new. Let me see, back it up. So you see, it says in 2020, the country deployed a smart biometric surveillance system to check illegal immigrants along its southern border. So these individuals will be able to track, people that come close to the borders. And it reminds you of some of the movies that you have that gets digital. You got the cameras all on the wall, spotlights, high walls and things like that is what Israel is thinking. It says Israel is considering a plan to deploy private U.S. logistics and security companies to create a gated community in Gaza where Palestinians would be subjected to biometric screenings to receive aid, according to media reports. So now, people, and this was posted 22 October 2024, people are complaining, well, Israel's not allowing the Palestinians in Gaza to receive aid. And Israel's like, well, hey, listen, we can chip them motherfuckers if they want aid. We can digital ID them if they want aid, and make them part of the system where we can track them and all of that. And that's how the plan go, right? So these are the things that Esau, in the so-called white man, right? America, Babylon the Great, and Israel is trying to do. And they will only get so far into the system. So that means that's pretty much the point. This is something they're trying to do. They're calling themselves Uber for war zones now, right? You can check this article out, you so desire. You can just search this in Google. It says digital identity wallets come online in nations working to 2026 EUDI wallet deadline. So they have a deadline about this that they want to do. It's not a deadline they're trying to do. We have the pact for 2030. There was a pact for like 2035 or something. Right. So there's a lot of things that they're trying to do, and that's because Esau Edom is moving with great wrath because he knows that they have but a short time, pursuant to Revelation 12 and 12. It says wallets are on the EU's mind as use cases and identity verification, ticketing, and payments grow. Right. So basically, these people are using, the ID wallets and things a lot. It says under EIDAS 2.0, EU nations have until 2026 to offer a digital wallet to their residents. Some are ahead of the curve, running large-scale pilots. Others are mired in the fog, with awareness of the EUDI wallet running low. Time is running out to become wallet ready, which doesn't matter because ultimately this thing will be pushed, right? They'll probably extend the deadline for these individuals. So this is Revelations 13 and 11. We'll get into the mark, right? The charagma, right? It says Revelation 13:11, and I beheld and another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. So this is the Roman Empire rebirth, which I kind of went into earlier, right? The Esau Edom, right? The so-called white man rebirth during the Renaissance period. So this is that beast, that dragon. He spoke as a dragon, right? He had two horns like a lamb, but he spoke as a dragon. Ultimately, because you have two separate parties, and in today's age, we'll just call it the Democratic and Republican Party. But he spoke as a dragon because whoever's in office, whether it be Democratic or Republic, when the time comes and they issue out these things, these draconian measures, they will come, and that's soon to come, right? Trump seems to be the guy that's going to be issuing out a lot of draconian measures here in Babylon the Great. It says he exercises all the power of the first beast before him and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. So this goes into the Roman Empire, that was taken down, but it came back through the Renaissance period, through rebirth, and he exercises pretty much the same laws and governance of how Rome did what Rome did, And he doeth great wonders so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth and the sight of men, right? So this individual, America, is great, and he, of course, had these bombs that he dropped on the Moab or Ammon, the Japanese, right? And the bombs. I think it was Little Boy and Big Boy, something like that. It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image of the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Esau Edom's whole beast system. You have NATO, you have EU, and everything that he's pushing regarding his laws. Let me grab that. That's, I believe, is Daniel 7 and 25. I think probably Daniel 8 and 25 actually. It says Daniel 8 and 25, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the princes, but he shall be broken without hand. So his pride is going to lead him to a grave, coming against Yahweh Bashmi Shai. It says, so he has these different individuals, different nations worshiping after the beast, right? His laws, his morals, and things like that, trying to push his bullshit, dogma around. Let me grab that word dogma. Yeah, his policies and things like that around to the world, and that's how he caused this image to both speak, right? And how he builds his structures of America is back to the Roman Empire, his laws, Senate, all of these things. It says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. And this mark is a physical thing. You get the word mark here. It goes into the word charagma. And it says a stamp and a printed mark. And we can go ahead and get this.
Strong's G 5480.
Charagma.
Charagma. Make sure this is still good. All right. So the word is charagma. It says a stamp and a printed mark, of the mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist, the mark branded upon horses, thing carved, sculptured, graven work of idolatrous images. So this is a physical thing, right? This is the mark. This is the RFID chip. Back up a little bit. And it will grab Galatians because it's the same thing. Which I have, this is 16, we'll grab Galatians. This is Galatians 6 and 17. It says, from henceforth let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body the marks of the Lord Yahweh Shai. And this is, the Apostle Paul saying that he bear these marks, and you get this word, I kind of jumped the gun here. So I'll go back because it goes into this here. It says, in a point in Revelations 13 and 17, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 636. And you go down here to this. It goes into chi, psi, stigma, right? And stigma is that mark. And we can let this guy stay here.
Strong's G 5516. Chi, psi, stigma. Chi, psi, stigma.
So you see you have that stigma there, which is a mark. Go back to Galatians 6 and 17, and henceforth let no man trouble me, for I bear in my body the marks of the Lord Yahweh Shai. You get this word marks is stigma here. Stigma. And then it goes into a mark, prick and or branded upon the body, and it explains it to ancient Oriental usage. Slaves and soldiers bore the name or the stamp of their master or commander branded or pricked cut into their bodies to indicate what master or general they belonged to. And there were even some devotees who stamped themselves in this way with a token of their gods. And this you can even get this stigma, right now, which is the MOTB. You can get it, but it's not like government issued or push, but it will be. Everyone will have to have this mark to buy or sell. You have to have the mark to buy or sell because everything will go digital and be put into that mark. So this is the mark, that will be implemented. And then when Yahweh Shai comes back, Revelation 16 and 1 says the 6 bowls of wrath. We'll grab like the first, 2 verses. It says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath. And it goes into the trumpets also. Vials, trumpets, basically the destruction poured out upon Babylon the Great, the world. It says, Revelation 16:1, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seven angels, go your ways and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. Now, let me see this here. And it goes into Karagna. So a stamp and a printed mark. This is something physical, right? So if you physically get this mark, you will get a canker, right? Basically cancer. Your body will be all messed up because of this mark. So this is a physical thing. So with that, that's pretty much it. Let me grab this. So you can see it's all over the internet, right? It's what it looks like. It's what it might look like in your hand, all of this shit. This is the commonly used one here, right? You have things like Neuralink and all of that, right? Look at that, you have this. All right, so with that, I'll say shalom to those elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.